I finally got my hands on the first 4 volumes of Heartstopper by Alice Oseman, and I am so excited. My heart stopped. And I cannot wait for the next volume to come out, but I'm jumping ahead of time. But I had originally planned to do a sort of reread of these books and watch the Netflix show, the first season of the Netflix show in July. The show came out earlier in the year, but I was not able to watch it when it came out because of a lot of things, a lot of stuff was going on. But I thought that either in June or July I'd reread these books, originally on Webtoons where I had originally read them, and then watch the Netflix show and make a whole vlog out of it. But then we got news that we had to move, and in that whole ruckus, in that whole chaos, I was not able to do it again. Now that we've moved and we've settled in about 90%, I feel like this is a good time for me to reread this and make that vlog. But yes, this is to kick off this vlog of sorts, and I'm hoping that I will love these books as much as I did the first time around. And Alice Oseman's writing is so beautiful. It's simple, but it fills you with warmth and love and all sunshine and everything, and that's why I love these books so much. They're so sweet, they're so good, and they just made me smile. I think I read these last year, 2021, and they were some of my absolute favorites, and now I can't wait to read these again and watch the first season. The announcement for the second season came very recently. I think it was on Alice Oseman's account that I saw the announcement, and I was like, oh no, I haven't yet done this video. What is this? I mean, the world is going way too fast and all of that, but I'm here, and I'm going to do this. I'm going to be rereading these, and I'm going to be watching the first season of Heartstopper. I will take you along on this journey, on my rereading journey and on my watching journey, so stay tuned. Oh, it's raining. I was actually going to go out to the library. But thank God I decided not to. Anyway, hello. Today is the 30th of September. And yesterday I finished reading. Where is this? This is volume 1. I finished reading volume 3 of Heartstopper. I think I finished it in the afternoon, and then I didn't pick up another Heartstopper because I was working and I was reading something else. There are a lot of themes that I want to discuss before I start watching the show, but this is something that I'm going to pause for the moment because I want to finish reading volume 4 before I talk about anything else. There's a lot, like I will list down everything and then I will talk, because as I know and as everybody knows, I am going to forget one thing or the other, and I don't want to do that. Please save me from my own memory. Yeah, so that was the update that I have. I'm going to sit down for a bit and I'm going to read. I don't think I'm going to get up without finishing this volume, and I'm really excited to dive into the last available volume of Heartstopper as of now. Maybe I'll go into the balcony because there's a little bit of a cold wind breeze blowing right now. It was raining just 5 or 10 minutes ago. I swear to God, it was raining just 5 to 10 minutes ago, and now it's sunny. This city, I mean, I love the city, don't get me wrong, but what is this moodiness? Okay, can't blame it. When I can get moody, why can't the city get moody? Hello. Today is the 3rd of October. I need to check. Yes, today is the 3rd of October, and yeah, I wasn't able to vlog for the past however many days because of various reasons, pains, work, this, that, lot of things. But the last time that you have seen me on this vlog, I finished the book that day. I mean, it was getting cold outside, so I came in, my camera's battery died, so I put it on charge, and then I settled down into the sofa, just covered myself with a blanket, settled down and continued reading, and before I knew it, I finished volume 4. It's everything. This whole series this series has my heart. And apparently volume 5 is going to be the last Heartstopper graphic novels. It's going to be the last. Are you kidding me? Why would you do this to us? Anyway, so I finished rereading the Heartstopper series, and I want to talk in detail about what exactly I loved about it. First of all, it was about safe spaces. It was about finding support for LGBTQI plus people who read these books and find strength and support. It was so good. It was so nice to see the people in this book, to have people around them who support them and who tell them that, look, if you want to come out, it's your decision, but you are not forced to do it. If you want to come out, it's because do it because you want to do it, and not because you have to do it, or because you that particular person has to know it. Do it on your time, and you owe it to yourself to do that much. It's such a great way of representing. It's such a great way of setting out that message to them that, look, all of you are seen, all of you are visible, I hear you, you are amazing. And I love that. And Nick and Charlie's relationship, I mean, the way it starts and the way it progresses, they are teenagers, for God's sake, and for them to be trying to figure out such a huge thing about themselves, and for them to be trying to figure out how their own relationship works. It's heartwarming to see how both of them deal with their feelings and how both of them treat each other. Yes, I want the focus to always be on support, healing, and recovery. See, I'll tell you one thing. As much as I love the stories of Nick and Charlie in these books, I also love the author's note that comes towards the very end, because she throws a little bit more light on what went into making these graphic novels and into writing this story. It's not just about relationship. It's not just about a teenage relationship. There's nothing wrong with it being just that, but there are also different layers, like character development of the people around them, and about, again, like Alice Oseman says, support about being there for the people you love. And it's also about mental health and eating disorders. And keep this in mind when you read. I think it's the second it starts from. I'm not really sure. I think it's the third book in which she brings it out. But there's so much care, there's so much compassion with which Alice Oseman treats their characters, and the way they talk about love and support, family, friends, the whole circle that you have around you. It's such an important part it plays in your own well-being, and in the way you see yourself, in the way you see the problems you are facing, in the way you see what you can handle and what you cannot handle. And it's such a huge morale boost to have that support system around you. And that is why I feel like these books I will always treasure, because there's so much you can find in here for yourself. Kindness, compassion, generosity, love, support, like as the author says, healing, recovery, and if you have the right people around you, and if you have that system, things are going to be so much better. And it's also a lesson into how you treat other people. And it's not just about wanting people around you to do that, it's also about you learning how to be that to other people. And this mutual two-way street is what these books teach us. Alice Oseman, I think they've got onto that list of authors I would do anything for. I think that's all I had on my mind to talk about this series. There will be no end to talking about it, but I feel like more needs to be talked about whatever is being talked about in this series, and more people need to behave the way characters behave in this series. The good characters behave in this series. So yeah, I've finished rereading the series, this time in paperback format, and now I will be watching the show on Netflix. I don't know when I will be watching it. Let's see how that one goes. I'm super excited because I've heard nothing but good reviews about the show and about the actors, and I've also seen them go to pride marches, and they look super adorable. So I'm really looking forward to watching Heartstopper. Hello, today is the 21st of October, and last night we finished watching Heartstopper, all 8 episodes of it, and I'm in love with the show. I mean, I'm not as obsessed with it as I am with the books, but it is great. I really love the acting. The two main characters did a great job of bringing Nick and Charlie to life, and they were fantastic. Like, I could feel the angst that Nick and Charlie have in the books. I could feel it in the show as I was watching the show. Side characters, for example, Olivia Colman, who plays Nick's mom, was great. I mean, she doesn't have a lot of screen time, maybe 15-20 minutes, that too I might be stretching it. But even though I knew that she was part of the cast, seeing her was like, wow. It was a good experience. And the other characters also, for example, the person who played Tao, he did a good job. Like, Tao is supposed to be a kind of an annoying character in the first book. I mean, you know he has good intentions, but he can be a bit too much, and you see that translated on screen, and half the time you were like, just stop doing that. But we know he has good intentions. So we're going to just pause at that. Otherwise, the story, I feel like in book to movie adaptations, these things happen in the sense that the things are bound to change. You can't put everything that you write in words or in graphic novel format. You can't put it on screen. So things are bound to change. For example, how does Charlie talk about his relationship? How does Nick come out? Or how does Nick figure everything out? Like, there is a sort of reason behind why you can't really do that. Maybe budget reasons, maybe it's not possible at any particular point in time, for any reason for that matter. But yeah, as a bookworm, you're bound to sit there, and whenever you see something that hadn't happened in the books, irrespective of how good or how bad your memory is, you're going to go, I don't remember it happening like that in the book, so they made this and this change. I did that multiple times because as we were watching, I noticed that the makers had made multiple changes to the script, to the setting, and they had also included the mini comics that Alice Oseman has included in these books. So there's a lot of background to the side characters as well when you look at it, and it's a great thing to do because you see that whenever you're watching a show, whenever you're watching a movie about two main characters, the side characters are important as well. Matlab, they play a huge role in these in the protagonist's lives. But in a story like this, in a story about support, about healing and recovery, as Alice Oseman put it, it's important that you see the side characters' lives as well, like how they came to be at this point, how they came to be at a point that they influence the protagonist's lives. And in the show, they've done this very well. I won't say anything else about it because it's a great show. and I want you to watch it without me spoiling it for you. Also, the soundtrack is great. Like, I'm very bad with remembering songs the first time I hear them, but it gave a really nice wholesome feel to the whole series, and I was just bopping around along to it, and I noticed it in like the second or third episode, and I was like, wow, the soundtrack is really good. And now what am I going to do? I'm going to go and listen to all those songs. Spotify, here I come. Plus the effects. I mean, I'm not talking about CGI. I'm talking about, see, whenever there's two people are connecting, there's a spark, or whenever someone's feeling something, there are like little hearts popping up. The typical Heartstopper illustrations that Alice Oseman has done, and you see that it makes Heartstopper so much more interesting, so much more warm to watch. And we really love that it, every time something like that happened, it put a big smile on our faces, and we were so invested in the whole story. I mean, I didn't want to vlog the whole thing or make a like reaction video out of it, but you know that I watched it like from beginning to end, and we had a lot of fun. And yeah, it's there like in my top favorite shows of all time. And when you talk about adaptations, like, it's even higher, and I cannot wait for season 2. Like, I just finished watching season 1 and I cannot wait for season 2. I'd watch any number of shows, any number of episodes from Heartstopper, from the Heartstopper universe. But yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Like, I had these at the top of my mind. I am not sure if there's anything that I'm missing, but yeah, that was me rereading the Heartstopper, 4 volumes of Heartstopper that are out right now, and watching the Heartstopper show finally. Like, I think it came out in April or May, I can't remember, but at the time I wasn't in a position to watch it. But right now I was like, I'm going to refresh my memories of this book and I'm going to watch the show, which I think I've succeeded in finally doing. So I'm really proud of myself for that. So this new reread and watching the Heartstopper experience was a very wholesome one for me. I could read these graphic novels n number of times and not get tired, and because they are so nice, so warm, so wholesome, so just so nice. It's like you feel accepted, you feel very happy, not really happy, but you feel motivated to be a good person. If you're not already, please be a good person. Anyway, so that was my vlog of me rereading Heartstopper and watching the Heartstopper show. What do you think of this video? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Have you read Heartstopper? Have you watched Heartstopper? If you haven't, then please go read it and watch the show. They're going to be amazing. Trust me on this. And if you have anything else to say about the video, the show, the books, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. If you like this video, please like it and share it to spread the word. And if you like my content and would like to see more from me, don't forget to hit subscribe and click on the bell icon beside the subscribe button to get notified as and when I post new videos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Until next time, keep reading, keep watching, and add melodrama to your life.